In a world full of digital disruption, one name stood apart, not as a trader, but as a visionary builder. Chavez Ahmed Siddiqui didn't follow the hype. He built the future. Bitcoin gave us decentralization, but left us with inefficiencies, high energy costs, slow settlements, and limited functionality. It sparked a movement, but it wasn't enough. Chavez saw not just the flaws, but the potential. He envisioned something bigger, a system as secure as Bitcoin, but smarter, faster, and sustainable. That idea became BTCC. BTCC isn't a fork, it's a future-ready reinvention, a token built on the BTC20 smart chain, blending Bitcoin's ethos with full DeFi utility and green minting power. With BTCC, users don't mine, they harvest. Using Xeon GT miners and eco-friendly B-Fuel, anyone can mine BTCC directly. Own a miner swap USDT to B-Fuel harvest BTCC. Simple, secure, decentralized. But for Chavez, it's never been just about tech, it's about people. BTCC and Bitcoin Code .technology are built to simplify crypto for everyone and to return power to the individual. Bitcoin changed money. Chavez is changing what money can do. From launching protocol yield to building decentralized exchanges, from Liquid Pay Deobank to BTCC, Chavez Ahmed Siddiqui is shaping the infrastructure of tomorrow's crypto economy. BTCC isn't just the next chapter after Bitcoin, it's the chapter Chavez was always meant to write. General disclaimer. Welcome to this official presentation on Affiliate Marketing Model 3.0. All presenters are providing their services on a volunteer basis and are active participants in all products they are presenting. Their views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of the organization. While we aim for accuracy, errors may occur. All content is for informational purposes only. The information provided is general and not personalized advice. We are not liable for any losses. We provide information and systems, but we do not endorse any purchases of memberships. Your decisions are yours alone, so we advise conducting thorough research. If uncertain, seek guidance from a qualified professional. Attendees accept these terms by continuing to view this presentation. Let's explore affiliate marketing cautiously and curiously. Legal disclaimer. You are viewing an Affiliate Marketing 3.0 official presentation. All products and services, their component parts and operating methods and systems, either provided by or created by Affiliate Marketing 3.0, belong solely to Affiliate Marketing 3.0. All IPs are protected. Anyone copying, distributing, or reselling any Affiliate Marketing 3.0 product without express permission risks serious legal consequences. Any unauthorized broadcasting, live streaming, or social media sharing of Affiliate Marketing 3.0 presentations is strictly prohibited. Downloading and re-uploading presentations without permission violates copyright law and may also lead to legal consequences.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Affiliate Marketing Presentation. It is Friday, and it is Friday Educational Day, whereby our master trainer comes to train us on specific issues. And today, I'd really like to welcome all of you, especially if you are new to this presentation. You're going to enjoy it. And so what I have done in preparation for this particular training, because I'm so excited about it, is I have turned off all distractions. I pulled out my notebook and I have two pens ready because I do not want to run out of ink. So our master trainer is going to go ahead and present today as far as the panels and the subpanels, something that you want to know about and need to know about. So please welcome Trashit, all the way from India, to train us on 3FO affiliate marketing and especially these panels and subchannels. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Grace, and welcome everybody. This is FED, that is Friday Education on Affiliate Marketing 3.0 official presentations. So like every Friday, we get together here and we discuss few things on this project, on this ecosystem. In fact, we make an effort to bring to you one of the most exclusive trainings on our products and procedures. So once again, tonight we have a special call for you all so that you can get acquainted with the new features and new adaptations that we have just implemented on 3FO. So tonight we are going to discuss how the panels and sub-panels have been designed and articulated on the 3FO systems, as well as we will also discuss how you can buy higher panels and what benefit they will bring to you. Along with that, we will also discuss how we can, in fact, avail transferable loans, which can facilitate your team building, help you to grow your network. So tonight, it's going to be a lot of information. Please make sure you jot down all the information, you take clear notes. And of course, the Q&A panel is open for you. Put in your questions, drop all your queries. We will answer it at the end of the day. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, this is 3FO, one of the best operating system for the first time ever for affiliates. People who have community, people who love to build teams and networks, people who love to leave a legacy. For them, this can be a very, very credible, a very, very rewarding, and a very, very sustainable system. And with everything new that has been delivered by Chavez in 3FO, this brings a great exclusivity, and you can leverage the system and you can make the most of this. All right. So before we begin, we will quickly review the compensation plan. I will just give you an overview of how this beautiful system has been designed and what are the benefits of this 3FO as a business opportunity. So ladies and gentlemen, we often discuss about wealth creation. Everybody wants to have a passive financial objective and a clear financial goal to achieve the most in life. Of course, money is not everything, but for everything you require money, right? Everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to have financial freedom. But if you see the millionaires and billionaires and all the successful business persons, how they are able to achieve that esteemed success, one thing they do is leverage. I explained this in the Indian Primetime, and I would like to
Recording
take a
in
few
progress.
to help you understand leverage. So if you see, everybody has 24 hours, yet there are so many people who with this 24 hours make some exceptional successful careers in business, in profession. How do they do that? They first of all establish systems which can work and deliver results on their own. And then they establish teams around these systems, and through this team, they leverage the entire business and the opportunity. So here as well, we now have an operating system which we all can leverage, which we can use to facilitate our earning and achieve our financial goals. So 3FO, Web3 powered financial operating system is specially designed for affiliates so that they can make the most of this. But there is also a passive provision for all the clients and passive individuals who are a part of 3FO or are going to be a part of 3FO. So tonight we are going to discover that. We are going to learn about how passive as well as active members can make the most of 3FO, and especially how can we leverage what has been offered to us in terms of this opportunity. All right. So 3FO, a Web3 powered financial operating system. The best part about this is Ethereum in, Ethereum out. And there is only one single subscription to start with. That is $500 worth ignition pack. And we also call it a panel subscription. All right. This is the first package which everybody starts with. All right. Then we get 3 products for absolutely free. Liquid Choice, Protocol Yield, LFG Starter Pack, absolutely free. Complimentary to all the new members, just to make them aware of the ecosystem that we have, in the entirety. Then from this $500 ignition pack or the panel subscription, we get weekly yield. And this weekly yield is $5 every week. That's 1% of this ignition pack, right? So everybody who subscribes to this ignition pack, they get weekly yield, but this yield is calculated daily, paid every Wednesday, absolutely passive. And this will credit until you make 2x of the subscription value. That means unless and until you claim $1,000 worth in Ethereum, you are gonna be entitled to receive this $5 every week, 100% passive. All right. Then we have BTCC, which again we can leverage in this system and get a faster yield and a bigger yield. So BTCC is the fundamental coin of our own blockchain, right? This BTCC, although it's not yet available on exchanges, but here practically you are getting Ethereum by just staking BTCC. So there will always be a choice for people to leverage BTCC, to stake BTCC. So if anybody who is starting with ignition pack and they don't have BTCC and they don't intend to buy BTCC, they can just start with the ignition pack. They get 2x maximum claim, and this claim is at $5 per week. That's 1% per week, right? So the yield growth factor here is 1x, that is 1% per week. But there are members who have BTCC, or there are members who would be willing to buy BTCC because BTCC in next coming years is going to be very, very rewarding. Although right now it is at $122, but everything that Chavez is building around BTCC and also the supply being absolutely only through mining. And then also in 2 years, in next 2 years, we are having the first halving on BTC20 smart chain with everything that is right now on this chain. This BTCC might grow exceptionally well in value. So if anybody would like to buy BTCC, they should buy and stake here. So what is required is for 1:1 staking, that means $500 ignition pack, $500 worth BTCC, they can get more yield, that is 3x, and a faster yield because now the yield growth factor is 1.25% every week. So this is $6.25 every week. That is 1.25% every week. So you got a bigger yield and a faster yield now by just leveraging and staking BTCC. Okay, I hope this is pretty simple for everybody to understand. Now, if you leverage or if you stake 1:2 ratio with BTCC, that is $500 worth ignition pack and $1,000 worth BTCC, you claim even bigger yield, that is 4x, and even faster yield, that is 7.5 dollar per week, that is 1.5x, that is 1.5% per week. So just by staking BTCC, I mean, we are not depositing, we are not investing. By just staking BTCC, we get bigger yield and faster yield. And that is what we have put out in our Excel sheet as well. So this is the Excel sheet. We can provide this Excel sheet. You may reach out to your rank leader. They will help you to get this Excel sheet. And okay. So as you can see, this is panel subscription. And then there are three sections. First of them, when you don't stake any BTCC. The second section is where you stake 1:1 BTCC. And the third section is where you stake 1:2 BTCC. Let us consider the first subscription, that is the panel or ignition pack. So with $500, like we mentioned, if you don't stake any BTCC, that's 1% to you every week, and your APY is 52% annually. And you get $5 every week. Let me just increase the font size. All right. So just consider this first row with the panel and ignition. Okay, $500 gives you $5 by default every week. But if you stake 1:1 BTCC, that means $500 worth Ethereum and $500 worth BTCC. If the current rate of BTCC is, as of now, $122.78, or maybe you can just go to your 3FO dashboard, and from here as well, on the top right corner, you have this option. You can see here the value of BTCC. So 122.78. So if you put 122.78 in this Excel sheet, you will get exact number of BTCC what you will require, worth $500 for 1:1 staking. And your claim now increases to 3x. Right? Now for the same subscription, if you stake 2x, that is 1:2 BTCC, $500 and $1,000 in BTCC, you now get 4x claim, and you get you get even bigger yield. That's 1.5% of 500, that's $7.5. And you require, as per the current value of BTCC, approximately 8.1 BTCC. I hope this is clear to everybody. This is pretty simple. You leverage BTCC, you stake it, and you get faster and bigger yield. All right. So this will continue until you make either 2x or 3x or 4x, right? And that is for 100% passive people. They don't need to refer, they don't need to recruit, and by default, they will claim either 2x, 3x, or 4x, depending on their BTCC staking. But if you are a network builder, if you are an affiliate, you love to invite people, then there is a compensation plan, which is pretty simple. 15 generations, 15 levels. You qualify with 20 directs. Each direct you refer entitles you to benefit from the respective level. 15 levels, 20 directs, and you are done for life. Because across 15 levels, there are going to be so many members if you very smartly build your network. And from each member, from each sale, you are getting 10% to 1%, that is $50 to $5. All right, this is pretty simple. And how crazy this can be, we have already shown that in this PDF. 5 people invite 5, second level 25. 5 people, the 25 people invite 5, 125, 125 invite 5, 625, 625 invite 5. It's 300, 3,125. And this is the potential income that you can claim. And this is pure mathematics, right? There is no hype in this. There is no overcommitment, overvalue. This is, if you do this, you get this. It's simple plug and play, right? So this is the level income. And with the same qualification of levels, same conditions, 2 directs first level, 20 directs 15 level, you also qualify for builder's yield income. And do you want to see how powerful this is? You are getting just by simply, 5 by 5 duplication, you are getting almost $78,000. Now just imagine 5, 25, 125, 625, and 325 people. When they receive their weekly yield, you are getting builder's yield income on that yield. And this is 10% to 2%, 1%, and this is very, very massive. And this is weekly yield, and that is a consistent weekly payout for you. As many levels you qualify, as many number of people they get into your network, you are entitled to each and every person's weekly yield. That's 10% to 2% across 15 levels. So together, your personal yield, plus your level income plus your builder's yield, this in total helps you qualify either 2x, 3x, or 4x. I hope this is pretty simple for everybody to understand, right? A simple compensation plan. Now, based on this, there is so much that you can achieve. So let us first discuss these sub-panels, all right? You have clearly understood how the 2x, 3x, and 4x claim can benefit to you. With BTCC staking, you get bigger yield and you get faster yield, right? Again, I'll repeat, $500 worth panel, right? It gives you 1% per week, that is $5 without any BTCC, 1.25 per week, that is 6.25 at 1:1 staking of BTCC, and 1.5% every week, that's $7.5 with 1:2 staking, right? Now what Chavez has brilliantly done is, for especially passive clients of the systems, he has designed higher panel, which you can only subscribe if you have this ignition panel active. So what Chavez has done is, he has introduced sub panels which you can subscribe on the dashboard. You have the subscription. From there you can go to the sub panels section. You also can go from the income wallet. Here you have top up. You can click this link, and then again on Ethereum holding wallet you have this option top up. From here as well you can get to the panel interface. So what Chavez has done is, if anybody is subscribing to 3FO, the first subscription, that is called panel or ignition pack, now they have an option to subscribe to higher subscription, and that we call sub panel 3. It is worth $1,500, right? And the benefit is, with panel you are getting maximum with 1:2 BTCC staking 1.5, but the same thing here with 1:2 BTCC staking, you are getting 1.75. 78 APY to 91 APY. So annually, it makes a huge difference, right? And once you have subscribed to sub panel, you can then move to sub panel 9, which is 4,500. Then it again gives you a higher maximum weekly yield, and your APY also increases 104 from 78 and 91. Now you are at 104. And the benefit is you get weekly yield from this, weekly yield from this, weekly yield from this. So you are now getting yield, weekly yield from all the panels you have subscribed, including the sub panels. Then you can move to 27, $13,000, $13,500 worth, sub panel 27, sub panel 81 from year to year, 40,500 worth, and from year to year, 243 sub panel, that is $121,500 worth. You cannot straight away jump to SP 243 or SP 81. The sequence, the flow should be from panel to SP3, from SP3 to SP9, SP9 to SP27, from 27 to 81, and 81 to SP 243. And with each higher panel, your yield is the maximum that you can claim is either 2x, 3x, or 4x of the value of subscription, but you get even faster and more yield every week. So 1.5 max for panel, 1.75 for SP3, 2% for SP9, 2.25 for SP27, 2.5 for SP81, and 3% for SP243. Of course, for achieving maximum claim, you will require twice the value of the panel or sub panel in BTCC. So I'll explain that in this sheet. So let us understand this Excel sheet. So we have 500. From your 500, you can subscribe to 1500, 1500 to 45, 45 to 13,500, 13,500 to 40,500, and from there to highest 121,500. And the total of the entire panel and sub panel subscription is 182,000. And imagine this: if you have one person who can go from 500 to SP 243, and you are getting 10% of this. So straight away, if any person you have that can eventually subscribe to 182,000, you are getting 10% of this. So that's 18,000 level incentive for you and for your entire line of sponsorship, right? And if you have 10 people who can go to SP43 gradually or maybe immediately, you are getting $182,000 worth level income. Okay. So as we have defined clearly in this Excel sheet, 3 sections, each sections without BTCC, 1.1 BTCC, 1:2 BTCC. That means let us discuss 13,500 panel, sub panel. So for $13,500 sub panel 27, how much BTCC you will require? $13,500. So that's 109.95 BTCC. And if you go for 1:2 staking, how much you will require? Almost $27,000 worth BTCC. So do you understand, with each sub panels, the amount of BTCC required will increase, as well as your weekly yield also increases. Like if you are at the maximum claim with 121,000 SP243, you are getting 3% every week of 121. That's 3,645. Right? So let us subscribe to some panels. Okay. So now we have started with $500, right? $500. So here, let's say we staked 4x claim, 1:2 BTCC, that is $1,000 worth BTCC, and then we are getting 7.5 every week. Okay. So let us put this here. Okay, and let us have this total here. So now we are getting 7.5 every week. Now let us say we subscribe to higher panel, and now let's say we stake just 1:1 BTCC, that is $1,500 worth BTCC, and we are now getting 22.5. Okay, so now weekly we are getting $30 every week, 7.5 from panel and 22.5 from sub panel 3, sorry. Now let's say we move to the higher panel, 4,500, and we stake 1:2 for this. We had 9,000 BTCC. So now we are getting $90 from this. And in a similar manner, we, let us say, subscribe to this, here, this, here, this. And we can anytime move to, from 1:1, we can move to 1:2. Okay, so here it is $270. Here it is $1,012, and here it is 3037. So in total, we are receiving $4,440 every week from all the panel, right? And if we go maximum, let's say we go for this entire max claim, 4x, and how much BTCC do we require here? So if we go for maximum claim, the weekly yield gets to 5,085. BTCC amount in dollars we require is 364,000, and the number of BTCC required is 2,965. Okay, is it simple to understand that you can move from one panel to sub panel 3 and then to higher panels? Each panel, depending on your BTCC staking, gives you a weekly yield, in increased weekly yield, as well as faster weekly yield, right? So this is about sub panels, how you can subscribe, how you can, on the dashboard, you can, on the back office, you can move from, you can subscribe to this panels. Now, as you have subscribed to the panel, you start with the panel ignition pack. Now you are by default eligible for $1,500 worth SP3. And how do you buy it? Here is an activate button. When you press this activate button, you have an option to activate without borrowing, or you can borrow and activate. So what is this borrow and activate? Let us discuss that. Now, here we are paying the full value, but the system gives you an opportunity. The platform gives you an opportunity to avail. Let me write this. Opportunity to avail 50% of current panel or sub panels value to purchase next higher sub panel. What does this mean? That means if you have subscribed to $500, 50% of this, that is $250, you get in credit. And this credit you can use to buy the next subscription. And for the next subscription, when you get this credit, you only pay 1,250. Okay, but this is possible only when you have at least, this is possible only when you have at least 50% of the value of current panel or sub panel, right, in maximum claim. Let's say you have subscribed to $500, and maybe you are staking $500 worth BTCC, so your maximum claim is 1500, right? And let's say you have been paid out an income of maybe $1,200. So now only $300 is left in your maximum claim. So you are still eligible to claim at least 50% of this value, that is $250 for your next sub panels purchase. Okay. So this is your panel which you have subscribed. You can avail 50% of the value of existing panel. 500 half is $250, and you can use this $50 as credit to purchase minus 250 the next sub panel. So you pay only 1250 here, right? In a similar manner, if you have subscribed to this panel, now you automatically are eligible if you have the maximum claim left of $750. Okay, if you have $750 in maximum claim, you can avail this credit here. You can use this credit here minus 750. So that's gonna cost you only 3,750. In a similar manner, you can avail $2,250. And in a similar manner, you can avail, it's 6,350, I believe. How much is it? Maybe something discount here, and 20,250 here. But how will you pay back this credit? You are getting this credit here, $250. How will you pay back? You can pay back from your weekly yield, which you are getting by default. Okay. And the other option is you can also pay this credit on your existing subscription using your income, the level and the builder's yield in one shot. All right. So let me show you on the dashboard. So if you have an active panel subscription, then you can activate sub panel either by borrowing and activating the account. If you press this, you can see the cost is only $1,250. And of course, you can pay it with your income wallet if you have that much income, or you can deposit fresh Ethereum and you can pay it with this as well. If you are using your income wallet, that saves you 5%, which is Chavez's share. All right. And if you're depositing fresh Ethereum, that is okay. Okay. And there is also an option to stake BTCC and continue without BTCC staking. Okay. And here you can choose your BTCC holding as well. If you have deposited BTCC, then straight away in this single transaction, you can subscribe to the package as well as stake BTCC in a single transaction. All right. Now, if you choose to activate and you choose to activate without borrowing, even that is okay. You are paying the amount in full, and you can pay it from income wallet, from Ethereum, fresh deposit. Again, the same option for BTCC staking as well. Hope this is clear to everybody, right? And then when you avail credit on the new sub panel subscription, on the existing panel, when you press on details, it shows you here your lien amount. So if you have availed credit, this will show as $250. Okay. And by default, this $250 will be paid from your weekly yield. But then you also have an option to pay and settle. So if you are having income, you can straight away use this option, pay and settle, to settle this amount in a single go. Okay, pretty simple, very clean, very precise. The team has done a brilliant job. Now, right now, only ignition panel is active, so it's showing here. But when you will subscribe to your other panels, under this, there will be the dashboard for the details of the other panels as well, whichsoever are active. All right. I hope this is pretty simple, and you all now understood how these panels work on dashboard, how you can subscribe them. And the same thing what we have described here is in this Excel sheet as well. So this is your panel subscription, $500 worth. Now, as you have utilized a credit of $250 in your 2x, 3x, and 4x claim, you will receive $250 less because you use this as a credit. How do you use a credit card? So if you swap a credit card, you pay instantly, but you pay it later. So this is a kind of credit that system is offering you, which we can leverage to get to higher sub panels. All right. And if you have subscribed, if using the credit, you will get that much amount less in your 2x, 3x, or 4x claim, right? Now, same thing will be applicable on all the new panels as well. So now if you have subscribed to SP3, you can avail a credit of $750 on the next purchase. And you will get $750 less. So $1,500 worth SP3, if 2x will give you $3,000, but you receive $750 less. 3x, $750 less. 4x, $750 less, right? And this can continue until sub-panel 243. So in total, if you see, you are availing a credit of $30,250. $30,000. So if anybody who would like to subscribe all the panels today, they can instantly avail a credit of $30,000. It makes a huge difference, which you don't have to pay instantly, or even you don't have to bother about paying it, because as it is, the system is gonna give you 2x, 3x, and 4x, and from that 2x, 3x, or 4x claim, you will be able to repay this 30,000. And the best part about this is you still claim the total weekly yield benefit. So even if you avail this credit, like 13,500, you are only paying $11,250, right? You still avail the maximum weekly yield benefit. So $13,500 paid only with $11,250 is still gonna give you $270 with 1:1 staking. It's still gonna give you $303 with 1:2 staking. So this is brilliant. You avail this credit, you pay only the discounted value using the credit today, and you pay this credit later on from the systems. So can you see, you have now leveraged this system, right? So sub-panels, sub-panels, you can buy it in full by paying the entire amount. You claim maximum without any discount. Okay, but if you would like to avail a credit, you can utilize this credit and pay it later, like the credit card systems. And you don't even have to bother about earning it, because the system itself is gonna give you 2x, 3x, and 4x, right? So this is the panels, sub-panels, and you can use or avail credit or loan to buy your higher sub-panels. But then, did you notice here in the details, you have this option to transfer loans. So Chavez has recently introduced a new feature with which only from the ignition pack you can avail transferable loans. So for this, I will need my iPad. I hope, Grace, you have co-hosted my iPad. Okay, thank you. So let us understand this transferable loan. Okay. So everybody starts with $500. Okay. This is, you call the panel or ignition pack subscription. And with each $500 panel, by default, you claim 2x or maybe 3x or maybe 4x, depending on BTCC staking. Very simple, right? Everybody understand this, right? And you claim weekly yield from this 100% passive. Is it okay? Okay. Now you also have an option to network and get level income plus builders income on yield. Okay, right? Now let us say from $500, the maximum claim is 4x. That means $2,000. And from this $2,000, you have already already claimed 1,500 in income. So what is left in the maximum claim? That is $500 left to be claimed, right? And this you can claim from yield plus income. Is it correct? Right. So anytime when you will have at least just a minute. If anytime you have at least $250 in maximum claim, you can avail $250 credit or loan. Okay, and this by default will be paid from your weekly yield, or you have an option to pay back from level income or builder's income on yield instantly. Okay, I hope this is clear to everybody. Now, as you avail this credit or loan of $250, you have two options. One option we have already seen, that is personal upgrading to sub panels 3, 9, 27, right? One option is you can initiate your upgrade to sub panels, right? The other option now is you can use this $250 to bring in 2 new people. And that is what the transferable loan is all about. Okay. So what you can do is you cannot straight away give $250. It is compulsory that you bring in at least 2 people and you help them with $125. This is the loan that you are giving them to get into the system, and they can pay back this loan from maybe their income or howsoever you decide. Okay. So now your 2 new members, one is A, the other one is B. Now they bring in fresh fund, $375, and now they subscribe to $500 package, and instantly they will get their respective 2x, which we also got by default, right? And now this entitles them in turn to give loan to their respective two invitees. So now what they will do is they will invite A1 and A2. B will invite B1 and B2. So now that they have 2x maximum caping, they availed $250 in loan and they provided $125 to A1, $125 to A2, $125 from B to B1, from B to B2, $125. And again, A1, A2, B1, B2, they put in their 75, 375. And this way, this four also subscribe to $500. And everybody got 2x, 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 2x. And then this entitles them to in turn invite and help two more people. 1, 2, from this 4, 5, from this 6, 7, from this 8. What happened? Where is 3? Let's say this is 3. And this is 5. This is 7. And this is 8. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They invite 8 people. So can you imagine how fast your network can grow if you are leveraging the system? And if this is happening on a single night, you are entitled to all the benefits in that business closing. And this is so powerful. This can facilitate team building even faster now. And people are already going crazy with this. People are already subscribing to higher panels as well. For you, you took a chance with $250, right? You took a chance with $250. You helped two people with a loan. If they are paying back, it's very good. They should pay back. So please provide this loan to people who can, in fact, have the intention to pay you back, right? And what benefit you will get? So you, with this, facilitated the activation of two people directly under you. And if you have qualified for at least 3 level, so from the first level, you have A and B, you get 50 from each, and that's $100 to you. From the second level, you have A1, A2, B1, B2, that's $25 into 4, that's $100 to you. From third level, you have 1 to 8, that's $20 into 8, that's $160, total $360. You are again getting back from this structure. So now with this, you have an option to transfer loan as well. Either you can use it personally, first of all, to upgrade to your higher panel, or you can use this for your team building. Now, the terms and conditions are very simple. From your max potential, max claim, you should have at least $250, right? Then you cannot avail the second $250 loan until you pay the first one or the previous one, right? This $250 can be paid from your weekly yield, or you can pay instantly from your income, right? So as soon as you activate your $500 panel subscription, you are entitled to $250 worth credit to buy your higher sub panel, or you can help two people to get into the system. So this is it from the training side. If you have any questions and if you would like to ask something, then the Q&A is open. Rest, we have already helped you understand everything, and that is it, Grace. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Trashit. That was very, very, a lot clearer. Thank you so much for all of that. Now, I do have a question while we're waiting for people to go ahead and put in their questions. And so hopefully this will stimulate some questions. Just want to make clear that in order for you to consider buying the sub panels, you must already be fully funded with the Ignition interlock, registered and have funded the Ignition pack panel.
So of course, when you have a $250 left in the maximum claim, you can use it to avail the next sub panel 3. But it is not compulsory for you to fulfill that loan first. If you have sub panel 3, you can then move to sub panel 9 as well. Because as you subscribe to sub panel 3, you already have maybe 2x or 3x limit. So with sub panel 3, you have at least $3,000 worth to claim from your 2x claim, right?
Yes.
So by default, it makes you eligible to claim the next SP9.
Okay, so are you saying that I can have the loan open I can take the loan of for the SB3, have that open as long as I'm just upgrading, and then still take a loan for SB9 while the loan for SB3 is open?
So the credit I have shown that is of $30,000, you can avail it on the same day. All you need to do is move from panel to SP3, SP3 to SP9, SP9 to SP27, and that credit can be paid from the weekly yield on respective panels. Or if you have income, you can pay it back instant.
Excellent. Okay. Shiba Joe has his hand raised. Shiba Joe.
Hey, Trashit. Amazing detail and amazing presentation. So it's a shame there wasn't more people here to be able to come and understand this fully, because this is, gets more and more exciting. So before I ask my question, I would urge all of those that are here, come on, look at what we're offering. Look at what we are now. Look at what we have. Bring your people. Bring them from far and wide. Let's fill these Zooms up. Let's have them back to what they deserve to be. The question I'm being asked, Trashit, is on the $500 panel package. Can you resubscribe to the same package?
So if you have an existing credit
Sorry,
or loan,
Trashit, your sound is, you're a bit distant.
wait a minute.
It's a bit difficult to hear you.
Is it clear now?
It's clear, but it's just quiet.
Actually, we have a festival of 9 nights, Navratri in India, and right now behind me there is a huge dance festival that is going on.
That's just in your home, isn't it?
Grace knows about this, right, Grace?
Yeah.
So if you have an existing lien amount on any subscription, that means you have subscribed to any credit or loan on an existing panel or sub panels, you cannot move to the you cannot subscribe again. Like the transferable loans are available only on the panel. So if you have an existing $250 worth lien amount or whatsoever amount you have already taken credit, you cannot again avail $250. You need to first pay back the initial loan amount $250, and then you can again avail $250. And this you can repeat as many times as you want.
Yeah. And can you still top up? You know, as we had the Yield Plus package, can you still top up a $500 package as many times as you like?
Of course, you can top up. And if you have like a maximum claim of maybe 10,000, so you can avail as many number of $250 as possible.
Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
But that goes only when first is paid, you can take the next. It
Of
goes
course.
that way.
Yes. One loan at a time on each panel.
So in the
Thank you.
Q&A, we have something about Alpha AI. Let me quickly answer this. So of course, Chavez mentioned that Alpha AI is only gonna be accessible to first 10,000 3FO subscribers. For the rest who would join later, they will have to wait until a subscription model is implemented on 3F on Alpha AI. All the 10,000, the first 10,000 subscriber will get access to Alpha AI absolutely free. Rest will have to wait. And even after waiting, they will still have to go only through 3FO. You won't ever be able to subscribe to Alpha AI directly. The only access to Alpha AI is gonna be through 3FO. Same credential of 3FO, you can log into Alpha AI. And like Chavez mentioned, Alpha AI will be available to rank 3 leaders first. Hopefully by this week, it will be available, and then to rest of the leaders, and then to the community. It will still take 2 to 3 weeks. Okay.
Thank you. Now, Rashid, I have remembered my question that I was trying to form. So I have an ignition pack. That's all I have right now. How much you say I can take just a $250 loan, or do I have to take more than something of that nature? Can I just apply for the loan?
So let me show you on the dashboard. So as you can see, I have this ignition pack active, right? Now, if I want to buy this sub panel 3, I can use it. I can click this button, borrow and activate. Okay. This $250 will reflect in my panel details from, the ignition pack details here.
Mhm.
And I will have $250 lien amount here, which will be paid from my weekly yield. Okay. Now, if I have a pending loan amount, if I have remaining lien amount, I cannot use this option to transfer loan. I need to first settle this. Only after that, I can avail a new loan. Okay. Now, if I have used this to subscribe to sub panel 3, that means from my maximum claim on panel, right, 250 will be less, but I'm still having like $1750, right? So then I can go here and I can use this option to transfer loans. So first I will transfer to the first person $125. Once I transfer this, again I will have an option to transfer $125, and that is it. The maximum that I can transfer is $250. And again, my lien amount will reflect $250 here. And until I pay this, I cannot avail the next $250. Once I pay this, I have this option to pay and settle instantly. If I'm having income, I can settle this instantly at the next business closing, right? And if I do that, I can avail another loan of $250. I can again help 2 more people. And this can continue as long as I have at least $250 worth remaining capping here. I should have at least $250 here. I can avail transferable loan. Like I'm having 1998, so I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 times I can avail $250. I'm having a balance of 1998. So 7 times I can avail $250 and I can help like 14 people with this.
Okay. Thank you. Let me just make sure that that's clear. So the only way to access the loan is to buy an SP3, a subpanel 3 package right now.
Which loan?
The loan, the credit, the $250 credit. That's the
It's
only
from
way that I
panel,
can get
the
it.
first $500, not 1500. It's from $500. The only transferable loan option you have is from the first panel or ignition pack subscription.
Okay. But do I have to get the subpanel 3 first? Do I have to get that?
That is your choice. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You have 250 at your discretion. You can use it either to upgrade to sub panel 3 or you can use it to help 2 people. It's your choice.
Okay. So how do I just get the 250 loan? Because
showed
what
you
you've done.
already.
Okay.
I showed you already.
And
Now you have a remaining capping here.
yes.
You can either use it here when you activate your sub panel 3. You can use this feature, borrow and activate. So
Okay.
that 250 loan is automatically applicable here for your upgrade,
Right.
right? And unless you pay this, you won't be able to avail another loan, right? So
Got
one
it.
choice is you can subscribe to sub panel 3. The other choice is right now, even right now, I can go here and I can transfer it to you.
Got it.
Of course, not to you because this is your different line of sponsorship.
Right.
So anybody who is under this account, the downline, I can transfer it to any depth, anyone, anywhere in the same line of sponsorship, way downwards.
Okay. Thank you so much. That really clears it up. So I can go directly into that ignition pack, and from there I will be able to transfer it immediately. And that pack, that account is responsible for paying back the loan.
Of course.
Okay.
Don't provide loan to
Fantastic.
people who don't pay back.
Huh?
Don't give away loan to people who don't pay back.
Absolutely, absolutely. Andreas, excuse me, Alexander's, have you typed in your question? Let's see. I believe so. The one is, why do rank leaders get access first? I subscribe fully before some leaders. That doesn't seem right considering this program is supposed to be both individual or recruitment. That's the only reason some people subscribed.
So we are a part of affiliate industry. This is affiliate marketing 3.0. So the primary task for everybody is to affiliate. That's how you get active and passive income. So of course, leaders who are making sure that this reach out to maximum number of community, they will be rewarded. They will be considered first.
Okay, excellent. Sabina asked, is it better then to start with a 500 ignition pack instead of paying ignition pack 500 and SP3?
There is no other pack. Everybody starts with $500 ignition pack only. That ignition pack is also called a panel in the list of panels and sub panels. Everybody starts with $500 only. There is no other option.
Okay. Thank you, Sabina, for that question. Okay. Jeremiah, you had a question? And Cryptotech, did your question get answered? Okay. I take that raised hand as yes, your question got answered. Alex Sanders, did your question get answered? Could you type in your question, please?
Loan is paid back, but system don't give an option to take a loan again to the same account. So understand this, when you have uh when you have subscribed to panel, you can avail $250 transferable loan as many times as you have maximum income claim on your dashboard. Okay. You can pay the first loan $250. You can again avail $250. And this can continue unless and until you have at least $250 left in your maximum claim.
Okay. Your full volume just came back, Trashi, just to let you know.
They stop.
It's this
They
stuff.
stop.
Okay, great. So Alexandra, Alexanders, I hope that answers your question. But to kind of follow up with that, Trashid, is there a time period from the time that I pay back the loan? Do I have to wait till the next business day in order for it to recognize that the loan is paid back before I could borrow again?
I don't think so. Because let's say you have a credit limit of $1,000 left in your account. I mean, the maximum income that is left is $1,000. You avail $250, and in your income, if you have this $250, you pay it, and instantly you will be able to avail second loan of $250 on the same day at the very instance.
Okay,
You got
fantastic.
that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Sheba Joe, Crypto Tech is asking, Sheba Joe, could you re-ask your question? Didn't quite answer, get the answer or the question or the answer. Sheba Joe. Okay, we're going to wait till see Sheba Joe comes back to get that question answered. Well,
Okay,
the
the
next,
second, I'll answer this question. So the second question is, there is some confusion.
okay,
Understand this, anybody who is either passive or active, it doesn't matter. Anybody who is within this limit of 10,000 first 3FO subscriber, they will get access to Alpha AI, irrespective of they are building their teams or not. Passive or active, everybody will get access to Alpha AI if they are within the limits of first 10,000 3A4 subscriber. For the rest also, they will also get access to Alpha AI, but that is going to happen with a subscription, which Chavez has not yet decided how he's going to roll out the Alpha AI subscription. And even if he decides to commercialize Alpha AI, it's only going to happen through 3FO. Okay. And the next question is from Mr. Zuhair. When I get a loan to be deducted from the maximum income, if I pay back the loan, will the max income be credited? How is it possible? You have already used from your maximum income, right? You have already used. So let's say you have $1,000 left in your maximum income, and now you have availed a loan of $250. How will you get back your $250? You can pay. You use the system to leverage, to benefit, and you are paying it back. So already you have consumed $250 from your maximum income, right? Now you are left with $750, for example. All right, Grace, I believe we have answered all the questions.
okay. Do you remember Sheba Joe's question?
I don't, I don't, I don't think so.
Answer.
Crypto Tech can still communicate with us, no problem.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Trashid, the only other thing, just to go ahead and make sure, so that I understand that last question from Zuhair and that's the answer is that as long as I have that much in my available earnings, right? So I use 250 of that, and then I repay back the loan, but I'm not going to be having that 2x potential anymore. It will be reduced by the loan that I took.
Of course. Because you consumed your maximum potential.
Okay. But even though you paid it back, yeah, you must pay it back. I mean, it has to be paid back.
Let me get a clarity. Wait.
Okay.
Okay. And sadly, there is no way for company to tell the number of they were in queue. As of now, almost 9,000 members have already subscribed to 3FO. So there is very less number of people who will be able to get into this 10,000 limit. And
Crypto Text question says he will have reference to buying multiple 500 packs.
so, of course, you have the maximum income, then you can buy as many $250 loan as possible.
But you can top up. I think he's
Yes,
talking
you can
about
top
you
up.
can continue to
You can
tap,
top up.
no matter whether you have a loan or not. Or can you use the loan to top up? No.
How can you use the loan to top up?
Just wanting to make sure. Just wanting to make sure. Okay. Jeremiah wants to know, this is actually, oh, Darka or Jeremiah's Zoom. If I acquire 10 500 pack, will I be eligible for a loan of 250 each? That's 250 times 10 equaling 2,500. Is the $2,500 carried forward if I have not used it? Carried forward to who?
Again, as you buy number of ignition pack, you have increased maximum income. And as you have maximum income left, at least $250, you can always avail a loan, right?
Okay.
And Sabine has asked, can you always buy again the ignition pack, although you have ranked up to SP29? Of course, you can buy a ignition pack as many times as possible. It doesn't matter. Even this sub panels also, if you have consumed, if you have finished, you can again resubscribe to sub panels as well.
Excellent. All right. That looks like the end of the questions. Ladies and gentlemen, that is wonderful. We thank you for your participation in making this a vibrant conversation and the questions. And this is an important multiplier for you, multiplier information for you. So the information that you have today, please, with the number of attendees, carry it back to your team. Make sure that they understand it. Make sure to avail yourself to this video for this training. Make sure that they're able to go ahead and listen to it as many times as possible. It is was live streamed, and so it's on YouTube. So please make sure that you avail yourself to that. And don't forget, tomorrow is Saturday, so that's onboarding day. We'll go through as far as learning the back office and how to use that. And this topic may be again broached. And then on Sunday, availing Sunday, you will have live Q&A. So that will be at 9 p.m. UK time. In Central Standard Time, US, that's 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that would be 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those in the US. So the rest, you just have to kind of figure out what time that will be in your area. Okay. For Pacific time in the US, that would be, of course, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Since I've traveled to California recently, I can do that math for you. But please make sure that you are here for tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, the Q&A. With that, I bid you adios. And thank you so much for being here. Au revoir, goodbye, and see you soon. Oh, Tashi, thank you again for all of your lessons. And Shiba Joe, thank you for being here.